Visitor 0360. All right. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes, we're going to get started shortly. Hope everyone is having a great Tuesday. Hope everything's going your way. Hopefully you're generating some of that positive energy. Things been going well for you today. And we need that positive energy. We want that positive feedback as well. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing started.
Yes, come on in. Come on, join us. Much love to you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Much love to you.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today.
Yes.
We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Today's topic, you guys ready? Today's topic is Love Unfiltered. Okay? The truth about what we really want, okay, when it comes down to love. All right, yo, what's up, family? It's your guy, it's the man, Broker J3, and welcome to another episode of JMB Live Podcast. You already know how we do it. Real talk, real love, real life.
Yes,
and today we're diving deep into something that every person from a young teen to an elder has felt, feared, or even fought through. That's love, guys. Not the romantic comedy kind, not the filtered Instagram kind. We're talking about the real deal. Let's talk about it, guys.
Hey, guys. I am your girl, Dr. B, and I'm so glad to be in this space with you guys this evening because this topic, it is actually layered. It's complicated, but it's necessary. Thank you guys for being a part of the JB family, JB family. Thank you. We've got Adrian Wright. Thank you for joining us, Adrian. How are you doing this evening? Victor Perez. Hey, thank you guys for being a part of the JB family. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Much love to you. Now, but this topic is necessary, and we're talking about it. How do you know if someone truly, guys, truly loves you? You know, you hear it all the time. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. But how do you know? What is unconditional love? Is marriage still sacred or just symbolic right now? Do women still want marriage? Do men want commitment or comfort? We're going to unpack all of that this evening across several different generations, guys. So thank you for joining us, Roger Hefner. Thank you for joining us, Roger. Also, we got Joanne 4414. Thank you. Thank you guys for joining us. Much love to you. Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Yes.
And while you guys are tuned in, go ahead and do us a solid. You know what that is already. Please like, share, and subscribe to the live.
Yes.
And please continue, guys, to tap the screen. We appreciate you guys every time that you guys tap the screen. Make sure you show support and love as you guys always do. We appreciate your gifts as always. So thank you so much for that. All right. If this conversation starts to bless you and you start feeling real good about the conversation, you know, drop a comment, a tag somebody, or especially somebody that you love or care about because it's a really good topic today. And let's build this community together, guys. This is JMB Podcast. This is an interactive podcast. We always like you guys to be involved. And it would mean a lot to us. You guys already know that. Yeah. What is love? Like really, what is love? So let's set aside the table for a second. You know, what is love really? And how do you know if somebody actually loves you or if they just love the idea of, you know, being with you?
Okay, it's a hot topic, guys. You know, you might want to grab your partner and get he or she to join in on this conversation as well. So I see Real for Real joined in. Fat Girl, thank you for joining us. Kenny, thank you. Visitor 3194, Janice Cooper, Linda Skip. Thank you guys for joining us. Now, this is the question of the century. Real love shows up not in highlight reels. You know, you see them in the reels all the time, but in the blooper comments. Love is all about action, not just a person telling you that they love you. It's someone saying, I see your scars and I'm not scared. I'm here for the long haul.
Exactly. And Doc B, I had a client tell me one time, and she said, he brings me flowers every week, but he never listens when I cry. And I said to her simply as this, sis, that's a florist, because that's basically what he is. Somebody that bring you flowers every week, that's a florist. That's not a partner.
Yeah, so he or she has to play that part. Love is about listening, lending ear. Love is about sacrifices, and love is about aligning. You want to align yourself with that person.
Exactly.
Yes, yes. So what we're going to talk about, we're going to give you some scenarios. Albert, I want you to join in for me. Polly, Gal, I want you to join in as well. Tell me what you're thinking, girl. Let's paint this picture. What if you're dating someone who says they love you, but every time life gets tough, every time you're going through something, that person goes silent. They don't even check in and say, how you doing? I'm just checking in. They just disappear. Do you think that's love?
You know what it is, Doc B? That's love when it's convenient. That's what that is. And convenient ain't commitment.
No,
point blank.
No, it's not. No, it's not. So shout out to Shonda from Atlanta in the comments. She said, I thought he loved me because he paid my bills. But he never paid me any attention. Sis, you said a word there. What do you guys think? What do you think? You think he loves her just because he paying her bills?
Yeah, it's a lot of people out there that spend money on somebody, but that don't necessarily mean that they love them. We've heard conversations where you have some women out there that may be with a man that's like literally financially loaded, and because of the fact that he's has so much money, a lot of times they don't treat them as well as that guy that's that's able to treat her good, able to do a few things for her, but not as much as the guy that got all the money. But that's the guy that's treating her very well. The guy that got all the money, he's treating her like crap because he feels like, hey, I can find somebody else. I don't really need you. So you guys gotta put that in perspective as well.
Yeah. So money is not love.
No, money is not love at all. Hey y'all, this conversation is already on fire.
Yes,
so what I want you guys to do is go ahead and start liking it.
Yes.
Share the live. And again, guys, go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. Don't keep this true to yourself. Remember to keep tapping the screen. We appreciate you guys. It's already tapping the screen. Thank you so much for those gifts. We see them coming through. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support, and it means so much to us.
Thank you, guys. So next we're going to talk about unconditional love. Is unconditional love, is that a myth or a masterpiece, Brother J3?
I think let's talk about the unicorn. That's what it really is. Unconditional love. Is it real or is it something we say to excuse dysfunction? Yeah.
See, unconditional love is possible, but it's not boundary-less love. Love without boundaries is chaos. Even God gives us choices.
Exactly.
So you forgive. Take this for example. You forgive betrayal over and over. Person that cheats on you and betrays you over and over. That's unconditional love, but it's costing you your peace, your dignity, and your sense of self. So I don't know if that would be considered love. That could be obsession to a certain extent.
Exactly.
All right, Jet Town, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. The Gym, Headhunter 89. Also, we want to thank Accepted in the B for joining us as well. Thank you guys for joining us. Maze 38. Much love to you guys. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yes. So, Broker J3, what do you think about that scenario I just gave?
It's hard, Dot B, because I think that love has to have some type of boundaries. That's a must. I really truly believe that.
Yeah. Okay. So if you forgive betrayal over and over again, that's unconditional love because it's costing you your peace, it's costing you your dignity, and it's costing you your sense of self.
Exactly. And all due reality, we already know that's not love. That's a sacrifice because you're not called you're not called to fade away in somebody else's emotional war.
Mm-hmm.
That is not what that's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see here. Jerome in Houston said, my mom stayed with my dad for 30 years. He cheated 25 of them. We called it love, but now I wonder if it was just survival. Wow, appreciate that, Jerome.
Yeah, and that's a conversation of the ages, because a long time ago, when they got married, I just think about it, my grandmother and my parents, they got married. They were in it for the long haul.
Exactly.
They didn't believe in divorces. And it could have been because they did not have jobs. You know, my grandmother didn't work. She worked in the home, of course, but that was basically the same thing with my mom. So they didn't believe in divorces. So, you know, if the husband stepped out, which I know some of you may have experienced the same thing that I did, not with my grandmother or we're actually with my grandmother, but she didn't leave. She toughed it out. So that does happen. And you know, like Broker J just said, do they stay with it out of love or a survival?
So, you know, generations are actually different.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Because, you know, example, like you said, a lot of times the older folks, most of them are still married. And as Jerome said, you know, their parents been together for 30 years. And, you know, even though his dad cheated for most of the time that he was married, he still was there throughout it all. You know, even my parents been married almost 50 years. A lot of the older folks, they're staying with it regardless through all the trials and tribulations that may happen.
Mm-hmm.
But we notice as the younger generations, as it trickles down,
Mm-hmm.
those marriages don't last at all. And it seems like the younger they are, the marriages last just a few years.
Yeah, they're more easily to get a divorce. So generational love sometimes comes with generational silence. In other words, the women or men, you know, because it went both ways back in the day, they knew what was going on. They just kept their mouth shut. But we are the cycle breakers. There's different cycles. Broker J3 just talked about it. The generations are different. Today, you know, it doesn't take anything for a couple to get a divorce. It's just like it's easy, yeah. and it doesn't phase them. But you know, different generations, they were in it from the start to the end. And you know, a lot of people say, you know, some couples need to be like that to try to be in it and stay in it a little bit longer and fight it out and fight for the marriage.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I totally agree with that.
Oh, yes. Okay, now this is hitting home for some of you guys. Go ahead and put something in the comment section. Hey, Skeet. Hey, Link. How are you doing? Henry Jackson. Drop us a comment. Jules. Jeffrey Barnes. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you for joining us this evening. Like I said, this is an exciting topic. We're talking about love, primarily unconditional love. And so we're going to continue this conversation. So we want you to be a part of the conversation. Hey, Kiwi Rose, drop us something in the comments section and let us know what you guys are thinking.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, if this is hitting home for you, go ahead and share it. Send it to someone who's stuck in a loop and need a lifeline. With marriage, is it sacred, symbolic, or myth? What do you think, Broker J3?
That's. Hey, you stirring the pot right now, Dobby. I mean, you know, is marriage a myth now? Because you know, do people really want it? You know, that's what the real question is, or it's just a cultural checkbox. You know, like marriage. You know, the house and the car. It's like a check. You know, that's what it seems like it is more so now, because a lot of people not really following through with vows. Vows. If you ask me, from what I've been noticing. Through the last generation, the vows is not symbolic at all. It's just like words that mean nothing at all.
Yeah. So, but all of this depends on the generation. But you may have noticed, I know I've noticed, there are a lot of people who are living together now. You know, a lot of people are not taking that step into marriage. I don't know what the reasons could be, but that's what's happening. Now, it also depends on the generation. Baby boomers saw marriage as a goal. Gen X see marriage as an expectation. Millennials saw it as a break. And Gen X, they're asking, is it even necessary? That's what the Gen
Gen
Z
Z,
are
man.
asking right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, is it?
and
Yeah, is it
and
worth it?
a lot of Gen Zs are not even talking about getting married at all. I mean, that's not even something that they're even considering, which is really weird. But look, we're gonna go ahead and break that down. That's what we're gonna do. Let's talk about this marriage situation.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna break down in a few different ways. We're gonna talk about the spiritual view in regards to marriage. Does God require marriage? And I would say that God doesn't necessarily require marriage, but God sees the man and the woman as a marriage of unity.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why God had got Eve for Adam to be that helpmate, so that they can be able to work and build together.
Yeah, and I'm old school. I believe the man is the head and the woman is the tail. He takes lead because that's what he's supposed to do according to the Bible. That's just my philosophy. That's just the way that I was brought up. You may feel differently. If you feel something differently, please share it with us and we'll read it, and we'll have your opinion on how you feel. But according to the scriptures, I think you have better luck when you're married because you're now one. You share everything. Now, I always tell people, you're supposed to share it when you get married. You're supposed to have one account where you pay all of the bills. I recommend that women also have an additional account for them to have some extra money, and that man needs that extra account too. But I know that God does blesses you when you do create that union.
Exactly, exactly. And another way to look at it, the legal versus convenient. Is marriage just paperwork? You look at it like that because a lot of people, that's exactly what it is. It's just paperwork. It's just something that's on a legal document, but a lot of people are not following through with what the vows of marriage is truly about, because we know so many people that's married. They have that legal document of marriage, but yet they still cheat. They still do all kind of things that a married people should not do. So sometimes it makes you wonder. Is it really more of a legal thing, or is it just more of a convenient thing?
Yeah. But now I do believe that those vows, that marriage license is a covenant between the husband and the wife. I do believe that, even though some people believe that it's just a piece of paper. Some people do that. But for me, I think that it's sacred and that you should honor your vows if you decide to get married. If you're not going to honor your vows, then don't get married. Marriage is not for everyone.
No, it's not. Now let's look at it as an emotional readiness type situation. Are we marrying for love or for status? We hear a lot of people, unfortunately, a lot of young women, mostly in that Gen Z, millennial Gen Z, they're marrying for status. It's not necessarily because they really love that person. It's because of the status that person brings. And that's not good, because as Dobby said earlier, you shouldn't get married for money, first of all, which is a part of that status, or by namesake. This person may be well known or maybe famous. So you want to marry that person just so people know who you are, and what usually happens from that. They usually take that status that they gain from that marriage, and once they obtain some of that status themselves, you know what they do? They break off and they want to be on their own now, because now they have status, so they don't need the other person anymore.
Yeah. So before you consider marriage, or this is a time when you decide, is marriage for you. Based on the conversation that we're having. If you're engaged, you want to be married, and see, this is what it's all about. We're educating you. So even if you're not in a relationship now, when you find that right person, these are things that you're going to ask. You're going to ask yourself these questions, and then you're going to know if that person really loves you unconditionally. Okay, so these are some, things that you want to be ready for emotionally before you decide to dive into it. Okay, guys, we thank you guys. Oh, we got Got some comments. We got Sensual Banana, Joseph Wallace. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate your treasure chest. Thank you guys for joining us. Eller Gillian, thank you for joining us as well. We appreciate you guys and thank you guys for being a part of the JMB family. We got a comment from Mental Chillness that said that's the truth. That you are correct. Correct. Thank you
guys. We appreciate it.
Yes, yes.
And as we see, continue to tap that screen. We appreciate it. And for our gift givers out there, thank you so much. We love it. We appreciate it. Continue to support for JMB Live.
So, okay, guys, I want you to answer this question. This is under the gender lens. Do women still crave the security of marriage? Do most women still want to be married? Do men fear its responsibility, or they just want to just ride along and coast along? What do you guys think? Let me see your comments. Add them to the comment section for me, okay?
You know what I think, B. While they're taking their time to write in the comments, we'll appreciate you guys for chiming in. What I think is, I think mature women. I'll use that term. I think the mature women do crave the security of marriage. You know, because you heard a few years ago, a lot of women was like, I don't need a man, I don't need a man.
Yeah.
But we've been noticing a heavy wave of women across social media saying, forget that.
Yeah, I know, right?
I want a man. I want somebody to help me pay these bills. I want somebody to look out for me. Jerome needs a daddy figure in his life. Whatever the case may be. So, a lot of women, grown women that we've noticed, they do crave the security of marriage.
And personally speaking, yes, women do crave a man because it's just like this. Women who are single can do a lot of things that men can do. We've broken those glass ceilings. We can do pretty much everything. But it's just something about a man doing it because you don't have to do it. And that's a key. I don't. For me, I don't like making a lot of major decisions. I'd rather I have a man to make those decisions for me. So I think they do. Now, as far as men fearing this responsibility,
I can answer that, Doc B.
Okay.
As a grown man, I can definitely answer that. I think real men, grown men, we don't fear the responsibility at all. Especially when we love our significant other. That's something that we actually look forward to being able to take on that responsibility from our significant other. Now, you have a lot of boys out there that may fear that responsibility. They may not are ready for that responsibility as of yet. And so now I do want to rephrase to a certain extent now. Now, you do have some men out there that are man enough to know that they're not ready for that responsibility. They're not ready to settle down, so they don't want to do a woman wrong, especially getting in a commitment and still cheating on her. So that don't mean that they're not a grown man. In fact, they're definitely grown for the fact that they know exactly what they want and they don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. So got to look at it like that as well, ladies.
Okay. All right, Rudy, thank you for joining us. Jean Bianca, thank you for joining us. Funky S Touch. I do want to mention Broker J3 about what prompted this podcast topic. I have a friend that said that he's been married 2 times. He don't want to get married again. And so if he meets a woman and she starts talking about she wants to settle down, if things click between the two of them, he cuts her off. And so my thought process behind that is, if you meet the right person and you fall in love with that person, shouldn't you or wouldn't you mind taking on that responsibility or committing again, even though you had 2 bad relationships or 2 bad marriages? Isn't love worth it to try again? Personally, I think it is. But he said, HELL, no, he's not going to commit again because he took care of 2 women in marriages and it left him, it wiped him out. He didn't have any, financially. So he's not willing to risk it to do that again. And it's a shame that he feels that way because this 3rd person, guess what? Could be the one to love him genuinely.
But Dot B, I totally agree with you because sometimes third time can be the charm,
Yeah.
or the first or second,
Yeah.
depends.
Yeah.
It's like this, guys. We're all going to be in situations or relationships rather where it may not end very well. Sometimes you may get hurt. Sometimes you may get hurt really bad.
Yeah.
But you ever heard that saying sometimes that you have to love like you've never been hurt before? This is a true statement, guys, because first of all, once you go through something bad, take the time out to heal first. So that way when you meet somebody else, take on that experience as something that's brand new. Do not see that experience as a reminder of something that you went
Yes.
through previously, because this is not the same person. And you don't want to treat that person like somebody in your past that did you wrong.
Yes, that's true. And my philosophy is it's better to have love than not to have loved at all. So, sometimes you just have to, a lot of people don't like being vulnerable because they put themselves out there and then it's not reciprocated. But that's what love is. It's not intent to harm you, but that's just a part of it. So if you really love someone unconditional, if y'all break up or if it don't work out, you still have the same love for that person. Just because you break up, that don't mean you got to hate that person. You should be able to love that person unconditional if you felt that way about them from the very beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And right now we want to give some generational shout outs, guys. For our teens out there, Gen Z, you don't need a partner to prove your worth, okay?
Okay.
You don't need a partner to prove your worth.
Okay, in the 20s, you're in your 20s and you're in your 30s. I have my youngest son is 29.
Millennials.
Date with intention, not desperation. You're not desperate. Have the intention to find someone that's compatible with you, someone that wants something out of life. I hate to see those 20 and 30-year-olds sacrificing 10, 20 years of dating someone when they know that person is not the right person for them.
Exactly. And want to give a shout out to the 40 and 50-year-olds. Hey, Generation X, that's us. We holding tight.
Yes.
Gen X, you still deserve love without settling. Sometimes, especially when you get to a certain age, especially like myself over 50, a lot of times you might feel like, well, I'm 50 years old, right now I just take what I can get. No, you don't have to take what you can get. You still deserve real love without settling. You don't have to settle. You might have to be a little patient, but you do not have to settle.
Yes. All right, Bubblegum, Hot Dog, Siri, Mr. Saturn, thank you for joining us. Oh, wow, we got a lot of people. The Lewis Family Deals, thank you for joining us as well. Accepted the beat. I mentioned that earlier, but that person's still online, so thank you. She is Complete 3. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for being a part of the J&B family. We appreciate your support. Much love to you. The other shout out is to the 60 plus. These are the baby boomers.
Baby boomers.
Yeah, it's never too late, guys. It's not even too late for you. As a matter of fact, I know someone that was 99, I think 99, 98, and they just recently got married. So it's never too late to start again with someone who sees the real you. I never give up on love.
Yeah, we got a comment right now.
Okay, so also this Linda from Memphis says, I'm 58 and I just got married last year. Took me 3 divorces to find healthy love. Oh, wow, what a testimony. Oh, my God. Yeah. And also, Mental Chillness said, that would be me. That's okay. Don't give up on love. Love won't give up on you.
Hey, guys, if you've been enjoying the podcast today, please like, share. Please continue to send a gift. And for some of our TikTokers and Bigo Live people out there, we do have a gift goal we like to reach today. So please check out our gift goal and send those gifts. We appreciate it. We always appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Again, like, share, and tag some married folks or some single folks out there too. That may definitely need this conversation. We're building something bigger than just a conversation, guys. We're building connections. So please continue to tap on those screens And always, we love the gifts that you send. It means a lot to us, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. All right, Daniel J. Mills, Bug Cover, thank you for joining us. Also, we've got Munch, Levi. I like that. That was my dad's name, Levi Stan. Thank you for joining us. And BBC, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for being a part of the J&B family.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump right back into it. We're going to deal with this love, power, and purpose, okay?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and land this plane now. We've been riding real high now, so we're going to go ahead and land this plane. Real love isn't just about romance. It's power, it's purpose, it's partnership.
Yes, it is. And like he said, it's not about those material things. A healthy partner builds with you. It's something where you guys can come together and build together. They don't just support your dreams, that person stretches them. They don't just say, I got you. They actually show you.
Exactly.
They show you that they got you. So, guys, thank you guys for joining us, and we appreciate it. All right, let's keep it going, Broker J3.
Okay. Why don't you talk about that next scenario that one of our subscribers had shared with you?
Okay, yeah. Okay. Say for instance that you're dating someone who keeps saying, one day we're gonna move in, or one day we're gonna get married, one day we'll get engaged. That one day, one day I'll fully commit to you. But years have gone by. I know some people, y'all, I don't know about y'all, but have been dating for 20 and 30 years. I don't know if I could have stuck that out for 20 and 30 years.
I don't think I could have done the same thing. It's like if someday never turns into that Sunday, you know what I'm saying? You're not in a relationship. You're in what they call a holding pattern. You're just looping around in circles over and over. You're not landing. You're not taking off. You're not doing anything. You're just looping around. That's not good, guys.
So, guys, I want you to add into the comment section how long you've been dating your significant other. If that person has been promising you, hey, we're going to get married pretty soon, we're going to move in pretty soon, whatever the reason may be, I want you to add it to the comment section. I want to hear what you guys have to say so that we can talk about it. And don't be shy. Most of the people on this probably don't know who you are anyway. But just share with us because someone else may be experiencing that same thing.
It looks like we got a comment from Carla in LA. Oh, okay. Girl, I think you still at work right now. It's 3:30 in LA.
Okay.
She just dropped the gym, guys. She just said, I stopped asking if he loved me. I started asking if he chose me. Oh.
All right, Miss Carla. You better write that down and frame it. You hear me? To every listener out there. Don't just seek love, be whole, and be wise. And it's okay if you ask him or her those questions. You deserve to know.
That's right, guys. And guys, we do appreciate you guys that join us today on this conversation.
Yes.
We know we're short and sweet and very direct and to the point. And if you and remember, if this episode helped you, it can help somebody else too. Again, please remember to share, like, and subscribe. Continue to give the gifts. It means a lot to us. And for some of you guys that may have missed the podcast today, you can always go back to YouTube and go to our podcast channel and be able to watch all of the content that you may have missed, be able to share that content with your family and friends or someone that you feel that needs it. If you're one of the guys that's out there, or young ladies out there that enjoy listening to the podcast, but you don't have time to get that visual to look at us, it's okay too. You can be able to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast enjoyment from. Just look for J&B Live Podcast and we'll be there.
Yes, guys. So thank you, family. Our J&B family. We appreciate your support. We can't say thank you enough. Much love to you. We enjoy bringing this podcast to you. And thank you guys for being a part of it. So keep loving, keep learning, and keep showing up. Keep showing up for you. We're going to keep doing that for you. And we want you to keep showing up for us as well.
And we definitely appreciate it, guys.
Yes.
And as always, thank you so much for being a part of the J&B family. I'm the one and only Broker J3.
And I'm Dr. V.
And as always, let's talk about it.
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your support.
Thank you, guys.